Hey everyone, welcome to my new video. I want to try something a little bit different this time. A lot of you keep asking in the comment section about certain techniques that I used while working on my projects. So I want to try kind of a quick tip session where I show you some particular technique in a really fast way in a short video. Here you can see the scientist cartoon illustration I've made recently. I've used the Boolean workflow on the orbs, on the drones there. And I want to show you how I use the Boolean workflow to quickly prototype designs like this, so you can use it in your own project. So let me switch here to the layout view and let me get rid of the default scene. And we'll start by adding a round cube. For this you need to have the extra objects enabled, so let me just quickly switch to the edit preferences add-ons and let's search for add mesh extra objects, so activate this one. And while we are here, we can type in bool to quickly jump to the object bool tool add-on and activate that one as well. We'll need it to actually use the Boolean workflow I want to show you. So that's the preferences you need to set up. Let's close this up. Now let's press Shift A and create a mesh and round cube. And we'll need to modify the preset, so expand this window here and select the quad sphere from the operator presets, and we can keep this at 8 divisions. So this is what we have right here, and we can right click and shade smooth. So the result is a nice smooth sphere, but the geometry here is all quads. And right now I want to add a cube, so let's press Shift A, add a cube. Let's just rotate this a little bit with the middle mouse button, press G then Y and move it somewhere here. And I want to cut the sphere here using the cube. And traditionally, if you want to use Boolean modifier, you just select the object, go to the modifiers and choose Boolean and then pick the object. But you won't see anything happening. You can see the outline for this object changed, but the Boolean object is still in place. So if you hide it, you can see the effect of the Boolean operation, but this is very unpractical. Let me just press Alt H to unhide this. This is quite impractical because the cube would show up in renders and you would need to modify certain settings and disable the cube for rendering and stuff like that. And the Bool tool add-on we just activated does exactly that. It helps you with all that stuff and basically allows you to use the Boolean operations with a single shortcut. So let me just remove the Boolean modifier here. And we can approach this now differently. Now select the cube, hold Shift, select the sphere and press Ctrl- on the numpad, which is a shortcut for a Bool tool operation difference. And now we have the same result and we have a still cube in place, but the Bool tool actually changed some settings on the cube, so this won't show up in the renders. You can see only the bounds and you can interactively just move the cube and make any cuts you want. So this is the way I use the Booleans, and right now I want to create some kind of a shell for the drone. So let's select the sphere again and let's add the solidify modifier here, and I want to move this over the Bool tool cube. If you use the 2.9 version of Blender, you might not see these arrows here. You can just drag and drop the modifier stack. I have yet to update. I think it will happen very soon. So this sphere is now an empty shell and we can modify the width of the solidify like this and move the cube around to deal with some shading. But let me get back to that later. So now I want to add some more cutout objects to actually define this shell a little bit better. So let me just press Shift A, add a cube, and now we can scale this down and we will cut this right in the middle. So Shift click the sphere and Ctrl- once again. And you can see we have another Boolean operator down here. So we have now 2 cuts in the sphere. This all works just fine. And now if you go to the object data properties and normals, you can enable auto smooth, which will kind of get rid of the shading issues. And this is all fine basically, but if you want to do a more detailed render of this and you will create some kind of lighting and you want to see nice reflections on those edges, that won't happen because these edges are really sharp. And if you do a hard surface modeling, you really want that beveled edges that can reflect light. So to soften this a little bit and make it look a little bit more realistic, we'll need to add some bevels. And with this Boolean workflow, we can use the Bevel Modifier on top of these modifiers here. So let's add the Bevel Modifier, and we'll change the limit method to angle, so it only applies to those sharp edges. And now to better see what's going on, we can expand the viewport overlays menu and enable wireframe. So here you can see the bevel creates these supporting loops, and now we can change these to 2 segments. So actually the loops are from the both sides, and you have those nice bevels. And you might think that this is not a nice geometry, and you're totally right. This is not like a production method that can be used for games and for adding deformations and stuff like that. This is just for the purpose of prototyping, of quickly prototyping the hard surface models that look nice in your renders. So don't mind a little bit of a broken geometry somewhere. The goal here is to get a result that looks nicely, no matter what's underneath. So let's now configure this a little bit more. I want to use harden normals. Here you can immediately see how the shading changes. It just modified the normals in a way that makes a better shading, and for this to work, actually you need to have the auto smooth enabled. And right now we can go all the way to 180 degrees because now the bevel is controlling our sharp edges. We don't need to set the angle there. And we can disable clamp overlap and modify this so we have a full control. Okay, so this is what I like. Right now it's 0.007 for the bevel. So let's modify this a little bit further, and for that I want to duplicate this sphere. So I will use Alt D and just release with the right click. We can see there's a new round cube here, and I want to remove these Boolean operators there and use a different kind of Boolean operation. So let's press Shift A, add a cube. Let's look from the side, and we can scale this on the Y-axis, maybe scale it up a little bit. Press G then Y and move it right here, and then scale this on the Y-axis as well. Now we want to control click the new round cube here in the outliner and use the control asterisk, and that will make the intersection operation. So you can see we use the same object as before. If you would modify this, you would modify the other sphere as well, but the modifiers aren't shared on these linked duplicates, so you can have different modifiers on the same mesh. And now you can see this is still sharp. That's because when you add a Boolean operation, it will create this on the bottom of the stack, so you can just move this over the bevel. And it's still sharp here, so we'll need to go to the Bevel Modifier, and let's lower the angle until the edge appears. We can enable the wireframe again. I have a shortcut mapped to that, and we can modify this to 20 degrees, so we are hitting this edge as well. And right now, if you want to modify this, you can just edit this cube, select the front face, and move it around. And sometimes if you get weird shading like this, you're probably hitting the original mesh in a wrong place where it intersects in a bad way. And easy way to deal with this is just to go into the edit mode and try to find the intersection which works nicely, something like this, without the shading issues and artifacts. Okay, so this way you can slide this up how many times you want, and you will still get some nice results. Right now we can add some panels here, so shift right click to move the cursor here and add a cube. Let's scale this down, and I just want to create some cutout here to make this feel a little bit more technical, so it looks there's like actually some panel there. And we can just shift click the sphere and press Ctrl/ on the numpad, and that will create, and that will actually do two things. It will duplicate the original mesh again, and it will use intersect operation on the one and difference operation on the other one. So you can see here we have a difference, And there's a new object created here, which is a duplicate of the original sphere, but it has the intersect operation. So this way the Bool tool will really help you to create these ease effects. And now to really make this look like a panel, we can move this above the bevel. And for this object as well, don't forget to fix both stacks. And now you have a nice panel here, and you can interactively move this around and find some place that looks the best. And we can do another panel right down here. Let's scale this down. And we have our shell. Now I will press Shift S and reset cursor to world origin and add another round cube. Let's make this smaller and shade smooth, tab out. And right now we can finish this by snapping the cursor here. So Shift S, cursor to select it, and let's add a circle there, tab in, rotate on the X 90 degrees, so RX 90. Let's scale this down. I will look from the front and let's look from the side. Okay, looks quite all right. Let's press F to fill this, and now just press E to extrude, scale this down, and we'll try to create something like an eyeball and extrude this inside like this, and once more and towards the front. And now let's make this larger a little bit, and let's do one more inside with I and push this inside, and we can press Shift A and add another round cube here. And let's make this 4 divisions, shade smooth, and make this smaller. So this will be our drone. And now let's just select this new object, and you can either leave it like this or add a bevel modifier there as well. So let's enable auto smooth, 180 degrees, shade is smooth, and go and add the bevel modifier there with angle limiting and some different offset, something like this. And let's enable harden normals. Yeah, so this is the Boolean modeling. Right now I'm just going to finish this, add some materials, some lighting, and render it out to make a little scene out of it. But basically this is the workflow I wanted to show you. And just as a quick reminder, if you want to learn all the stuff that I know, all the stuff that I use, you can go on and check out my courses on polygonrunway.com. There's a lot of stuff there already. You can find the 5 episodes there that will help you to learn 5 different styles of illustration and lighting. There's a lot of bonus stuff in there, bonus content, bonus chapters on animation, and a lot of scenes for download. There are more than 150 scenes to download, the same ones that I have on my Patreon. So by all means, if you're interested, I will be happy when you check it out and let me know what you think. You can find the link in the description. So that was the hard surface modeling of the drones in Blender. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments if you like quick tips like this, if you want to see more of them in the future. If you're new to the channel and you like to learn Blender and you want to see more of this, hit that subscribe button and the bell button so you get notified when I release something new. Thank you all for watching and have a wonderful day.